Hello, here is your lower body strength workout using one single heavy dumbbell and a mini band, optional. You don't have to have a mini band, but if you have one, grab it. I've got a medium weight because we're going to be doing some moving of the legs like so. So you're going to need a bit of a range of motion going on there and something that you can stand on. So I've got a yoga block. It doesn't have to be a yoga, block. It can be a couple of books, just something that's sturdy that will lift off the legs from the ground. So if you have a step or a bench or something, you can use that, but just need to fit one foot on it at a time. Well, the workout, this format, we're going to have 3 circuits. Work time is going to be 45 seconds and there's going to be a 10 seconds that will transition time. We're going to do each round 4 times through because we're going unilateral today, so we're going to work one side twice, then we're going to repeat on the other side. We'll rest for a minute, then we'll do 3 new moves. We're going to warm up and cool down, and yeah, that's it. That's the workout. So we're going to start with that warm up. Just going to start with a lovely good morning hinge, so hinging back and up. So today we're going to be hinging, we're going to be lunging, we're going to be squatting, and you can use one heavy weight. If you've got 2, you can use 2 dumbbells as well. But this is just a nice workout in case, you know, like me, take one weight on like an Airbnb holiday or something. Obviously not international, just like a little staycation, and you want a little workout where you can use one weight, or you just have one weight knocking about that's quite heavy. This is a nice workout for that. So we're just going to go into some easy squats. It's coming down and up. So you can inhale down, exhale up. Then you're keeping those knees tracking in line with the body. They're going to want to dial in. They always tend to want to come in, especially on the way up. So keep pushing them outwards. Not so much that they're going from really far out, just adding a bit of resistance. Let's go for one more there. Very nice. We're going to do some reverse lunges and lunge down and come up and switch. It's going to be lunging today. We're going to be deadlifting today. We're squatting today. So it's nice to start with the movements that we're going to continue in the workout. So just thinking, stepping back onto train tracks, pushing through that front leg. Down, up, let's go for a couple more. So working unilaterally today, which is really nice because we're going to do some sumo squats. So heels in, toes out, squatting down and up. So it's really nice because it helps just balance out a little bit. So when you squat down, one leg's stronger than the other. It's going to work a little harder, but it's just going to mean we can isolate that length, the one side a bit more than the other. Let's go for one more. Just going to wake up the hips so you can rock from side to side here. You have the hands on the knees, you have the hands on the floor. Just a little yogi squat. Maybe bring the heels in a little bit more. And then gonna straighten the legs and roll up to standing. Just do some roll downs. So you're gonna roll through the spine, walking out to a plank, stepping the right foot up by the right hand. Just gonna rotate through the body, arm up and down. So we're waking up the spine because we're gonna be in some hinge positions, waking up the core, waking up the hips. Let's go for one more. And palm down, switching sides. So rotating open, down, open. So just warming ourselves up before we get going. Down, one more, down. We're going to just step back into our plank. We're going to come onto all fours. We're going to wake up the glutes a little bit. Really important before we do any workouts. Wake up the glutes. So we're going to have feet, knees hip distance apart, nice and strong through the upper body. And just think of kicking the ceiling with that heel. So we're just thinking kick and squeeze and lower. Keeping that core nice and engaged. Good. We're going to go for 2 more on this side. And then we're just going to open up the hips. So draw a circle with that thigh, keeping the leg bent. And then you're moving the thigh and the knee rather than swinging the foot round. Very nice. You're going to reverse. You can always do this on your forearms if this is a bit much for the wrists. Coming up and round. And let's go for one more in that direction. And let's switch. So resetting the form. And we're going to kick the ceiling, hinge back down. So you're trying to keep even weight through the arms. Trying to focus on squeezing that glute at the top. Because waking up the glutes means I'll assist when we do our lower body work rather than just the front of the thighs or the hamstrings, which is usually the case. Let's go one more, up, and then just drawing those circles in one direction, waking up the hip, up and around, check you're not leaning to the side. Let's go for one more, and then reverse, so up and forwards. You might find one direction is a bit harder than the other, totally normal. Let's go for one more. And then we're going to bend, tuck the toes and just peel up into a down dog, pedaling through the legs, pushing back into the shoulders. You can walk the feet up to the hands and roll up to standing. Roll through the shoulders. We're just going to warm up the legs a little more. We're going to roll down one side, roll through center and roll up through the other side. So rolling through the spine and up, rolling through the spine and up. Really letting the hips push back as you roll through center. One more to each side. Roll through and up. Very nice. Okay, so you can roll the hips again just to wake them up a bit more, get the pelvis a bit more awake. And we're going to start. We're going to start with our first circuit. I'll give you a quick demo of our free moves and then we'll get started. So we're going to need the block and the band and the dumbbell for this. So your first move, so you're going to have the band on your feet. So think of around what are they called? Around your arches. So the first exercise is a squat down. You're going to squat down, you're going to come up and a knee drive. So it's a little squat to a knee drive with that weight in a goblet hold. Then we're going to come onto our block. 1 foot on, nice and tall. The band can stay where it is. We're going to square off the hips so they're nice and level. You're going to drop the right hip, the foot down to the floor, bring it up, then you're going to bring it over to the side. So it'll drop through the hip, up to the side, and then you're simply going to unhook the foot, bring that dumbbell down, and you're going to do a split lunge with the foot on the front. So that we're going to use that 10 seconds to transition. I'll let you know all the exercises and everything else. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's start with our first move. So I'm going to grab your kettlebell. I'm going to grab your dumbbell into that goblet hold. I've got my weight to my left because I'm going to put my left foot on. So whatever side you start on, you're going to do 2 rounds on that side and then we're going to repeat. So we've got 10 seconds, so feet about shoulder distance apart. The mini band is on our calves. I don't know why I'm finding this so difficult. And you've got 3 seconds, so here we go. We're going to go down, up, and I'm going to drive my left foot. So I'm going to stay on that left side, drive. When you drive, you think you're bringing that knee up, trying really hard not to rock. Obviously, there's going to be some rocking. And up, down, and up, down. I'm actually going to switch that hold. We're going to pop it on the other leg. There we go. Now we're really getting unilateral. Sorry. Down, so front rat on the opposite shoulder. One more. Down, up, drive. There we go. I promise you. I got it. I got it. So I'm literally going to step my foot on that block and I'm going to bring that dumbbell up. Here we go. So you think hips level, drop that hip down, bring it up, kick to the side. So shoulders are relaxed. It's just a small movement, hiking down, up, out. So you can see why I said get a slightly sort of lighter band. Otherwise, you might find it tricky to kick that foot out. And if it is too heavy, you can get rid of that band. 10 more seconds. This is a really good hip strengthening exercise. 4 more seconds here. And out. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to turn slightly to the side. Just going to get rid of that band. Pop it down. And put my the same foot on. And we're going to split lunge. So we're going to come, weights in the left hand, down and up. Down and up. So we're really loading up this left side, making it do all of this work. Weight is in that front foot, adding a little extra by having it elevated. So our range is a little bit more, a little bit increased. Slow and steady. 15 more seconds. First round is always fun, isn't it? Trying to figure out the moves. Even though I'm the one telling you guys what to do, but we're doing it together, One more. Down. Up. Good. I'm just going to pop that down quickly. Grab that band. I'm going to reset my block. Going to get that weight onto my right shoulder. And here we go. So we go down, we come up, and we drive. So we're working lots of hip work in this workout. The knee drives, little hip hoik, hip dip, down, up, drive. Slow and steady. Drive. About 15 more seconds. Last time for these moves on this side, and then we're going to switch. 10 more seconds. Up, and you use the other hand to hold on that dumbbell. My dumbbell's resting on my shoulder. Rest. So we're just going to grab the block, step on it, and we're going to hold that goblet. So here we go. So we dip, down, up, kick out. So find a point of focus, kick, down, up, kick. Last time for this move, on this leg, down, up, relaxing through the shoulders. About 15 more seconds. Remember, it's slow and steady. Can't really do this one quickly anyway. It's gonna fall over. 10 more seconds. Down, up, kick, up, kick, and rest. Okay, so I've transferred the weight. I'm gonna just swivel around so I can see you guys. I'm gonna get rid of that band, and here we go. So nice and slow and steady, down and up. Kindly someone let me know my video is a bit flicky, and I'm gonna try and get that sorted. But I hope the quality's all right for just my little home setup for now. Slow and steady on this leg. So we're trying to keep the weight in that front leg and nice and light on the back leg. So you want quite a wide stance in your split lunge. You've got 10 more seconds. Down, up, inhaling down, exhaling up. Try and fit one more in, down, up. Okay, we're going straight onto the other side. So set up that band, pop your, you don't have to, you can just move around. And here we go. We squat down, up, and drive. And that 10 seconds is just a transition time. So if you're ready before I am, please, by all means, get cracking. You know the moves now. It's going for twice through on this side. So holding that weight, Nice and low in that squat. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Drive. 10 more seconds. 5 more. Finishing this one off. And I'm going to hold goblet. Going to step on. Setting up. Going in 3, 2, 1. So down and so every side is a bit different. My right leg, so this leg, is a little bit more unsteady than my other leg. And down. And drive. And if your block is a little bit too low, you can always grab something else. Woo, drive. So I'm going to find a focus. And I'm going to keep it. Hip dip, kick out. Hip dip, kick out. 5 more seconds, maybe one more kick. And rest. So I'm just going to get rid of the band, holding my weight in my right hand this time, and my right foot is on. Setting up, let's do it. So we're going to go down and come up. So you don't have to come as far down, you're just trying to aim to keep that weight in the front foot, and we've got that other weight weighing down that side even further, adding to that instability. Keep those shoulders back. Keep the gaze following. You're going down and up. Stay nice and steady. Slow tempo here. See, I'm not going fast, so I'm trying to keep stable. Got 8 more seconds. Then we've got 1 more time on this leg. Good. Last one. And up. So quick transition. quick brush of the mat. We've got 5 seconds. Eek. Eek. See what I mean about getting ready? Nice and quick. Here we go. Let's do it. Down. Up. The bands are great. They are fiddly. So if you're out of practice in getting them transitioned, don't worry about it. If they ping off, don't worry about it. 15 seconds. So I'm lingering in that squat. Not sure, I don't think we're doing squats again actually. So enjoy them. 2, 1, right. So I'm gonna put that foot on. Holding a goblet, getting ready, and we off. So slow and steady. Aim is to try to just keep that balance as well. I'm not looking at you, I'm looking past you for some focus. Drop, out, drop, bring it back. Woo, find the balance, recover, out. Got about 15 more seconds. Slow and steady. 10, woo! Careful me. 3 seconds, maybe fit 1 more in. And get that weight on the shoulder. Oh no, sorry. Get that weight down alongside the body. I'm just turning the mat, turning my block so I can see you. Stay in your line. And we're gonna go down and up. So last time for these split lunges, slow and steady. Down. And we come up. Down. And up. Keeping that weight forwards. Coming up next, we've got some sumos, got some deadlifts, got a bit of swinging as well. Got 15 seconds. Down and up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Down and up. Shows how functional these exercises are though, because you wobble with a weight and you can recover. Means when you're rest, means your day-to-day life, when something similar happens, you can reset yourself. Let's grab a sip of water quickly. Okay, got about a minute to rest. And I'll show you your exercises. I'll show you without the weight, just because, so I don't have to hold it the whole time. So we're gonna do a sumo with one heel raised. So just gonna go down and up. That's the first move. Then we're gonna bring that foot round, little staggered deadlift. So we want that weight in that front leg. Gonna deadlift down. When you come up, a little kick back with the leg. So a little glute squeeze there. Then we're gonna keep that staggered stance, and we're gonna do little, like a little kettlebell swing or dumbbell swing. So hinge back, thrust forward. Hinge back, thrust forward. So those are our moves, and the band isn't moving. There's no block. That's it. So we've got about 10 seconds. I'm gonna take another sip of water. All right, so let's grab our weight. We're gonna put the weight on the right heel's popped. I'm gonna go down and up. So you've got weight on the right. Adding that instability. You can hold on to the front of your dumbbell if you like. Thinking down, up. So getting the calf involved as well. Up. Well over halfway here. Then we're going into that staggered deadlift with a little kick back. Almost there. Let's do one more. And up. Very nice. So just going to take that dumbbell, keep it on the same side. Keep that so it's my right foot. So the heel that's popped, bring it slightly behind the body and want the weight in that front leg. So we're going to deadlift, come up, kick back. So I'll show you from the side. So my weight's in that for my front foot. I'm going to deadlift down, bring that weight up, straight leg just kicks back. Good. So just keeping most of that weight on that front leg. Well over halfway here. So our next move is sort of very similar, but we're going to swing this dumbbell through the legs as we come up from that hinge. So we go down, up. Okay, it's going to change the direction of the weight. So we're going to hold it facing forward. Keep that staggered stance, and you're going to hinge and thrust. Hinge, thrust. Hinge, hinge, thrust. Hinge, thrust. Little bit of power here. Hinge, hinge. And you can always use both hands if two isn't working today, because we've got that stagger on the go. Sending those hips back. 10 more seconds. Hinge, thrust. 5 seconds. Oh, keep that heel popped. 2 and rest. Little rest. Do that again. Okay. Let's grab that weight on that shoulder. Pop that heel. Here we go. So we're going to go down and up. So this heel essentially is staying up the whole time. Lots of core engagement here, especially with this unilateral work, because you're forcing your obliques, so the sides of your core, to stabilize. Down, slow and steady. 10 more seconds. Down and up. Got time for one more. Down and up. Okay. We've got that sumo. This is kicking my butt. It's those swings, I think. Gets that heart rate up. Okay, set up for that deadlift. So here we go. Hinge. Come up. Kick back. Hinge. Come up. Kick back. So slow and steady. wins the race here. Kick. The next moves, next set, we're just on the floor. Ooh, find that grip strength. Hinge, hinge, hinge. And kick. 10 more seconds, and we're going to the others. We're going to swing one more time. Hinge, up, kick, and you can take that rest or transition. So we're going to keep that stance. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So hinge and out. So slow and steady, that powerful thrust. Keep that momentum going. Got about 20 seconds left on this side. Keep going. You can slow it down if you need to. You can go back to the deadlifts if you need to. 10 more seconds. Go, go, go. Swing. Swing. Get that heel popped. And little rest. And do that all over on the other side. Okay. Just grab that weight. Pop the other heel. And here we go. Sumo stance. Down and up. Slow and steady. Heavy weight. You can always goblet hold this as well. Or put it on the other shoulder. Yeah, put it on the other shoulder. Hold it behind the head. Hold it in front of the body. Think slow and steady. We're gonna get quieter. This is a tough round. It's the swings, gets the heart rate up. So I'm gonna keep a little bit quiet so I can get the heart rate down. That's it. Rest. So other foot's back this time for that deadlift. And away we go. So we're gonna hinge, come up and kick. So find that balance on that tiptoe of that back leg. Kick. You can always hold on to something for the kick. Slow and steady. Hinge. Kick. Almost there, about 5 more seconds. Kick. Let's finish off, one more. Kick. And we're gonna swing. So you got one more swing, then one more round through this circuit. Then we're on the ground, people. Okay, and we swing and up. Swing. So I'm driving my hips back. You can see in space. Whoop. Almost there. Swing and thrust. 10 seconds. Keep that heel popped. 5 seconds. And one more time. One more time through. Okay, we can do this. Slow and steady. And here we go. So go down and up. So just easy does it. Basically back to back circuits. But we're almost there. And the second circuit. Down and up. Got 10 more seconds. Whew. This is tough. Shh. I'm with you. We're doing it. Just one at a time, resting there. Whew. Okay, we've got that staggered deadlift in 5 seconds. So setting up, grab your weight. Okay, let's do it. So we hinge back, we come up and kick. So find that hinge, set that core, and kick. Slow and steady. Almost there. 10 seconds. Keep that form. I'm telling myself just as much as you. As we tire, and you're gonna rest a second. Last time for those swings. Let's knock them out. Then we're gonna lie down onto the mat. Okay, grab your weight, set up, and we're gonna swing back and forth. Last round. 'Halfway, almost there. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Take the band off. Have a sip of water. I'm going to take my water to the mat. That was pretty unilateral, I must say. Lots of people saying they can't really feel glutes in like a deadlift. Do a staggered deadlift, you'll feel them. Do a staggered deadlift with a band. Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna lose the band and the block. And we're going to start with a single leg bridge. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Then we're going to do a little gated hinge, and then we're going to do a little lunge get up. So the gated hinge, we're just going to be in a little gate position, back and forth. You're going to swing that foot front and do a little getting up and down. Right, but let's start with our bridge. I'm going to put my weight up on one side. We're just going to keep it half weighted. That's what we're up to. So we're going to go up and down. So you're going to drive the hips straight up and bring them down. If you want more, you can raise the other foot. So the foot obviously the foot that doesn't have the weight on it, and you're going to go up and come down. Think slow and steady with this one. Squeeze the glute, slowly bring it down. Try not to rush, because we want to linger in that position at the top and let your glutes control you on the way down. We've got time for one more squeeze. Down. We're just going to come round, going to roll over to the side, and you're going to put, so we do the knee that was down. Keep that one down, grab your weight, and then we're going to hinge the hips back, and then we're going to come up. So I'll show you from the side. We're hinging back and up. And here you can hold, maybe goblet is the easiest. Hinging back, coming up, hinging back, coming up. So slow and steady here. I'm just going to go front, hinge, up. Is our last circuit, almost there. And if this is too much, you can have both feet, squeeze the glutes and thrust forward. And rest. So I'm going to keep that foot, that was back. I'm going to step the front one forward. I'm going to tuck the back toe, grab that weight. I'm just going to hover off the ground, and I'm going to come back down. So I'm going to hover off and I'm going to come back down. So just, if the weight's too much, you can get rid of it. Just think slow and steady. It's our last bit. And softly lower. And if it's too much for the knee, you can pad the knee up, double up a little cushion, or just do some lunges. Up and down. About 10 more seconds here. You can see this one as a little burnout, feeling those quads on fire. 5 more seconds. Maybe fit one more. Lift and lower. Okay, drop that weight. Come back onto the mat. We're going to do that all over again on that side. So grab that weight onto that hip. You can be glute bridges, just both feet down, or you're going to float the other foot up. I actually did the I did the foot that was up, down, but for the next two. But as long as you're repeating the same process you did on the first time, and then do the opposite the second time. Up and squeeze, and down and lower. Up and squeeze. So you might not be getting very high, and that's fine. You're holding a heavy weight on that hip, and it might be too much with the weight. You can always get rid of it. Almost there. Up and squeeze, down. Good. So just transfer that weight onto the floor. I'm going to do the same as I did before into my gate pose. And I'm going to grab that weight. And here we go. We're going to hinge back. And think of squeezing the glutes at the bottom to get you up. So we hinge and think glutes up. Last time for these moves on this side. Woo! Those hinges, I mean, you saw my face. Those swings. Oh me, oh my, oh. It's like, I don't know if you've done like split lunge dumbbell swings. Those get me every time. It's like adding a split lunge, taking a lunge, making it split lunge, then grabbing some weights and swinging them. Oh my goodness, killer move. 5 more seconds. Up and round. Okay, so we've got one more round on this leg. So grabbing that weight, tuck that back toe, standing up, and off we're going to hover and bring it down. So slow and steady. And I actually think I did the other leg this time. There we go, yeah. So if also you can remember which leg you did, that would be helpful. Good. 20 more seconds on this side. Up, down. Slow and steady. So I'm not coming up very high off the ground, but you'll feel that back quad burning. That's how I knew I was on the wrong one. I got flashbacks. Almost there, 5 seconds. Woo! Maybe fit one more in. And down. Okay. So we've got twice more on the other side. So quick transition here. Grab that weight, pop it on the hip, coming down to the mat. And here we go. So we're going to go up, down. You can see I'm balancing the weight on my hip bone. Obviously that's not available to everyone. You can get a little cushion if it hurts the hip like that. I'm going to float my foot and I'm going to come up and slowly down. The quad on this leg, this standing leg, is absolutely burning. Woo! Keep going, keep going. And down, I've got about 15 seconds. Slowly lower down, nice and controlled. Up, squeeze, slowly come back down. Let's go for one more. Up, down, lower the leg. Okay, to the side. I'm going to remember this time. Right foot down, left foot out. Grab that weight, and we're gating. So we go down and thrust up. So you should be feeling pretty good right now because we're almost there, almost at the end. So when you come to bring your hips up, try not to push them forwards too far, just coming nice in a straight line, not thrusting past sort of the neutral point, if that makes sense. So if you feel like you're pushing the hips forward, you've gone a little bit too far. If you're sticking them forwards, just want a bit of a squeeze in the glutes. down, up. I contemplated ending on those swings. That would have been hilarious. You would have seen me probably collapsing on the floor. And up, good. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna keep this leg down. I'm gonna hold the weight in my other foot, in my other hand, and tuck that toe. Here we go, lift off and lower down. Lift off and lower down. So we're here for another about 30 seconds. Then we got one more time through each of those moves. And then we're gonna stretch. And then you're gonna give yourself an amazing round of applause for finishing this brutal circuit. I'll give myself a round of applause too. 15 seconds. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, caramba, this is hard. And this move is hard without a weight. So, and down and rest. Okay, yes. Last time through, last time through. Okay, going onto your mat. Set yourself up. Smile to yourself. This is it. So you're gonna go up and coming down. Option here, you can get rid of the weight if you want to do single and the weight's too much, or you can do both feet down, but try to get that weight onto one side. And if not, you can just have the weight over both hips as well. That's not a problem. Up and down. Slow and steady. Woo! Getting there. And lower down. I want slowly down as well. I want power up, and then I want to slowly come down through. Keep those shoulders on the mat. And up. Last one, up, down. Just pop that weight down, safely roll over, coming up, setting up to your pose, so foot's in line with the knee. And here we go, hinging back, coming up. Feel the stretch in that quad as you go back. My, feels good. Stretch it out before we start that little lunge hover situation. Last time for this move. So I'm inhaling down and I'm exhaling up. It's just something to focus on as well, which is quite nice. Inhaling down, exhaling up. About 10 more seconds. Five more seconds. And pop that weight down. Set yourself up. You're going to transfer the dumbbell across. Tuck that toe. Let's do this. We hover. We lower. Hover. Lower. Last bit. Don't know about you, my quads are absolutely burning. Got 20 more seconds. Fit a couple more in if you can. We're almost there. Yikes. Up. Final 10 seconds. Up. You fit one more in, 5 seconds. Oh gosh. Down and rest. So you're going to come back into a child's pose. You can do knees together, knees nice and wide, stretch the arms nice and long. Made it to the end of that workout. That was amazing. My right quad, which was the working one on that leg, is just like, ah! So just come into all fours. Let's do some cat cows just to ripple through the spine. Release through that back after those deadlifts. Release through the spine. It's been holding us up, supporting us. Back and forth. This should feel really nice after all that work. And one more coming through, really pushing the hips forward, just get releasing that lower back. And back to center. We're just gonna come up to like a half kneeling position. Come up through the spine. And just gonna hinge forward into that hip So here you can take the left arm and we're going to bring it up and over. So you get a bit more stretch. Wipe the sweat off your brow. Very nice. So just get a little bit of that top of that quad as well here. We're going to revert, take the hands down on either side of that foot and just come up into a nice little hamstring stretch. Think of drawing that hip back into its socket and keep a slight bend in the knee just so you're not locked out. And breathe here. Oh, man. The faces I pulled in that workout, I was like, woof. I have a very heavy dumbbell here. I thought I can do this with this one. Did it, made it through. Slow and steady. And we're just gonna switch over, other foot up. So my left foot's up. I'm gonna hinge down. I'm just gonna bring that arm over so you get a bit more of a stretch, sinking forward in that hip. And you're gonna bring the arms round on either side of that foot, come up onto the heel and send the hips back. You wanna keep a nice flat back when you do this stretch. Try not to roll over because you're more focused on getting the hips back. Sort of like in your deadlift where you push the hips back. You stick your bottom out and the back foot can just be relaxed here. And we're gonna come round and come onto our knees. And we're gonna come back into a little quad stretch. So think of sending the hips forward. And if you don't like this one, you can come to standing and do your quad stretch there. Just think hips nice and forwards. Couple breaths. Keep hold of the head. And come down. Just going to come onto our backs. You can see I'm not doing any standing stretches, just staying on the mat, nice and relaxed. We come into a nice figure four stretch. We're going to open through the hips and those glutes as well. Think of sending that knee to the right. So I've got my right ankle over my left knee, and I'm thinking of pushing my right knee away whilst pulling my left knee in towards me, and relax the shoulders and the head and the neck on the floor and breathe. And rotate the ankles here if that feels nice. I'm just going to switch legs, coming through. Also, you can do pigeon pose instead of this one if you prefer pigeon. Good. You're going to release. We're going to bring both feet down fairly wide. So if you've got the mat, if you're on a mat, it's about the size of your mat. And you're just going to drop the hips to one side and let them roll over, and then through to the other side. So just a little stretch for the spine and the back. A little bit of opening through the hips. My back just clicked, so obviously needed it. Keep the shoulders down on the mat. Think of rolling from side to side. Should feel nice. That rotation. After all those moves, go for one more to each side. And just hug the knees into the chest for a second. Massage the lower back. Bring the knees into little circles. Roll over to one side, push yourself up. That there was your unilateral dumbbell, one single heavy dumbbell workout with a mini band and a book or a block, and you absolutely smashed it.